My ethnicity is a black man, African American from the South. I've been into sneakers, honestly, I guess I gotta say, ever since I was born. Like, my mother put me in Air Jordans when I was born. It was like, I have a bunch of pictures from back in the day of me in like Agua 8s. So all that whole time, history repeated itself over and over again, and I just still kept into sneakers. But the first time I ever like really said, like me personally, was when I reached high school. When I got to high school, I started seeing people with Air Jordans over and over. You know, when you get to high school, it's like you see people with Jordans every release date. It's like, damn, I only got sneakers on my birthday and Christmas. So it's like, oh, I want to get sneakers like that. I want to get sneakers every single month, every single time there's a release date. I want to get into it like that. So that's about the time that I really got into sneakers and collecting and making sure. Like, my first job ever was working at a sneaker store just to get sneakers. Yeah. Two was East Mac in Charlotte, North Carolina. Nah, in high school I was the man. Like, I got sneakers. I worked at Finish Line, so I got sneakers very easily. But there was a little bit of competition here and there. Matter of fact, I was just telling my mans a story the other day. There was this one release that happened. I don't know if people will remember, but the Air Jordan 12, it was black with university blue, right? This shoe came out online only. When it came out with a sneaker, it came out with the hat, and it came out with the hoodie, all in one pack. This sneaker was online only. This is like the first time I'm like going online trying to get a sneaker for myself. So I'm like, Ma, I need your credit card. So I'm going online, I'm trying to get my information in, all that type of stuff. Then I get to the credit card part, and I'm just like, yo, Ma, how you how you put in this information? I didn't even know how to use the credit card at that time. So I got the sneaker, lo and behold, I went to school, I'm rocking a sneaker. Everybody's like, yo, where you get those? We ain't seen those at the mall. We don't know nothing about those. Then I'm the man. 2 weeks later, a new kid came into school. He got on my sneakers. I'm like, yo, who is this? Who is that? They said, oh, you don't know him? That's Ricky Davis' brother. Ricky Davis played in the NBA back then. That's his brother. So his brother came in. That was one time I had competition in high school. That was one time I really remember I had competition. The time I felt myself to be a real sneakerhead was probably around 03, 04. That's when I've been working at Finish Line for a couple years. So every single release that came out, I had it, plus a discount. So I was getting sneakers like $125 pair of Jordan 12s back then was going for like, I probably was getting them for like $70. And that was like everything. So I got like every Jordan 12, every Jordan 10 at that time, every Jordan 11 that dropped. I was a big Jordan head. So that was the time I really felt myself to be a sneakerhead. And that's the time that I got online because forum communities were a big thing. So that's when I got into Nike Talk. Moving from North Carolina to New York. So my mother's from North Carolina. She's North Carolina. We from Fayetteville, North Carolina. My father is from Brooklyn, New York. He's from East Flatbush. All the way Brooklyn dude. So my first internship, I worked for Atlantic Records. And I said, you know what? This is like way bigger than Charlotte, North Carolina. Like, I was hanging out with like Mano and T.I. and who at the time, Big Country King, like a whole bunch of artists at that time going to clubs and still copping sneakers at the same time. Hanging out with the people that was at Atlantic Records, you know, the way that they would speak to the DJs that I learned was in a sneaker language. All the DJs love sneakers, so we would talk sneakers all the time. So it was still like the home base. The relationships helped me out a big much. Like, I'll say this because I'm still living this till this day. And I'll say this because I now stand by it. You know, like your mother, your father, your grandmother, they always tell you these life lessons and they say, don't burn any bridges. Because, you know, if you mess up with that person, it could come back around. You never know when you need that person again. So I'm still living it today. You never, if it comes back around, everything comes back around in life. That's what I'm living by today, all the way. the way I felt that I could speak about it a different way, speak about sneakers a different way, and I wanted to speak about sneakers every day of my life was, you know, the rap thing didn't work out the way I wanted it to work out, being at the label and everything. You know, at the end of the day, you got to get paid. You know, you got to pay your bills. It was just, what happened for me was I lost the enjoyment of it. You know what I mean? Like chasing the club, chasing the DJ, chasing the, you know, the tour, going out, everything like that. Like I lost the love and the passion of it. And I really was like, you know what, this ain't really for me. And I ended up homeless for a little bit because I was like, I wasn't getting paid. I was doing all that stuff for free back then. You know what I mean? So I wasn't being paid, so I ended up homeless for about 2 months. Then I ended up moving to Rockaway, New York. Then I met this dude, shout out to Jermaine. I met this dude who worked at Kith. And he was like, yo, you got all these sneakers in your crib. And I'm like, yeah, I used to do sneakers heavy, you know? And he was like, yo, you don't think you can come out with me and, you know, talk and everything? And I'm like, yeah. So I started hanging out with him. And like I say, if it comes back around, it's meant to be. That's when it was like, you know what? I felt the passion again. I felt the, you know, walking into stores like Kith and Extra Butter and Concepts, like, gave me that, oh, I'm home. I felt happy. Like, I can literally talk about sneakers every single day, which I do for a job, and not be like, yo, I'm tired of talking about this. I can literally do that. I couldn't do that with music. There would be times I'd be like, I don't want to talk about your artist right now. There's sneakers that she'll hit me about. And here's the thing I want to say, it's mad funny. So I get almost everything that comes out. And she'll be like, yo, these new whatevers are dropping in 2 weeks. I better get them. I'm like, I don't know if I can make it happen. She's like, if it was for you, you would have that shoe. So let me see that shoe when that shoe drops. And I be having to get a little extra, like, yo, because like a lot of people, you know, they know me, they know my size, but I gotta hit them with the, yo, but I need a 6 or 5.5 on the side. Can you hold me down? And it's like, yeah, I got you. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. There's two things I love, hip hop and sneakers. Those things are what really drives me and what really drives my culture. It's different for other people. Everybody has a different type of culture. But one thing is for sure, two things is for certain. It is the black race, African Americans, you know, wherever you're from, it is the melanin in the skin that provides and pushes that culture, whatever that culture be. Because right now, the top people out there, Kanye West, Virgil Abloh, Jerry Lorenzo, the list can go on. All these people are at different brands pushing our culture forward with black skin. And shout out to the women, Laylee May, Melody Asani, the list goes on. Celebrities wearing sneaker brands is everything. Like, one of the most, I'll tell you this story, one of the most recent stories, Travis Scott. Everybody loved Travis Scott. I remember Travis Scott when he ain't have no hair. Like, at South by Southwest, performing in front of like 15, 20 people. Dancers are very, very important. And it's time for them to shine. It's time for them to shine. That's all I'll say about that. But yeah, dancers are very important. So going to Fila was like, yo, I'm confident. I know what I can put together. That's why there are a million pairs sitting next to me, because I'm trying to figure out what works for me and what doesn't. And I know I could put it on with style, and I know I can make it work. Yo, I remember this shoe when I was in the 6th grade or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of stuff that, you know, influence has. So I say influencer marketing is everything, especially with celebrities.